Hello all, in this video we are going to see about object as parameter and object as return type. So we know how to write a method, and we can write a method with argument as well as without arguments. The arguments we have seen so far are integer, float, double, so and so. Now we are going to pass the object as argument. So the object can be passed as arguments to the method just like a primitive data types. This allows the method to access and modify the data inside those objects. So first let us see an example for that. So I'm going to remove this method. Okay. So I have a class sample and I have a variable var and one parameterized constructor is given. So one parameterized constructor, the value 10 will be assigned to the variable var, and I'm calling this s1.check. I'm going to have some print statement. System.out.println checking the value, or I'm just printing something. So var. Can you guess the output for this? First line will be main of, and the one parameterized constructor will be called. The variable var will have the value 10. s1.check of this var will be printed. This is the very basic program we have seen in constructor example. So now see this. Okay, I have compiled. So Java demo, we got the output as 10, right? So I'm going to create one more object, sample s2 equal to new sample of 20. New sample of 20. I'm going to check s2.checkoff. Now the value 20 will be assigned to var. I'm calling s2.check, so the value 20 will be displayed. Okay, so check the last part. So the result we got is 20, right? So the method so far used is non-parameterized, right? It has no arguments, empty parenthesis. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to pass the object. Okay, I'm going to change as s1.check. We know s1.check got the output as checking 10. s1.check can directly access the var, so we are getting the result. Now see this. I'm going to pass s2. So s2 is not a data type, it is a object. Let us write a basic program we know. So void add of int x comma int y. I'm going to add two numbers. So we will write the statements here. Right, we'll write the statements here. If I want to call the add of, means I can call it using s1.add of 1 comma 7. I can pass two values, or I can store these values in a variable, or I can get the user input and I can pass it. Anyway, this 1 and 7 should, and the anyway two values should be the integer values. So 1 and 7 are the values of type integer. So the parameters must be of type int. So int x and int y. So see this very carefully. While passing the arguments, we may not pass the data type. While writing the definition, we have to write the data type. So keep this concept in mind. And now let us check this. So here s2 is not a primitive data type. It is of class sample. It is an object of the class sample. So what I have to write is, I have to write sample s2. So this concept indicates we are passing the object as a parameter. Okay, this line is very important. So s1.check of s2. s2 is object. So while writing definition, we have to write the class name also. If your class name is vehicle, you have to write vehicle. If your class name is person, you have to write the person. And you have to pass the object as an argument. Now let us check. So system.out.println. Now the var is the variable that represents the s1. I haven't touched that. Now I'm going to write another statement, checking plus s2 we have obtained from the main as a parameter, s2.var. s2.var means what the value we have stored in the s2 will be displayed here. So now let us check. So see here, we got both the values. First statement displays the value of S1 and the second statement displays the value of 20. Why we haven't written as S1.var means because we are calling that using the object S1, we are passing the S2, so we are accessing the value of value 20 using S2.var. So instead of just printing, we can perform some kind of checks also. So we can check both the values are equal or not. This var represents S1 value and S2 second object var can be represented like this, S2.var. So system.out.println of, if both the values are equal, I can say both object values are same, both values are equal. And similarly, we can write the else part too. Both are unequal. I'm going to compare both object values here. So comparison of object values done here. So both values are unequal. Now let us change the value to 10 and now try to execute it. Both values are equal. So this concept represents the object as parameter. That's what mentioned in the slide also. So one more example is addition of complex number. So see this example. We have a class complex and with the two variable, real and imaginary, and we have a two parameterized constructor. In the previous example, we have one parameterized constructor. So we have two parameterized constructor. Both the variables are same. I have used this keyword to initialize the values, and we have an add method, return type, method name. Inside the parameter list, we have passed the object as parameter. So come to the main part, we'll come here later. So class demo, public static void main of, I have an object C1 with two values 5 and 5. So this 5 and 5 will be passed to this part. So real value will have 5, img will also have 5, and those 5 will be assigned to this dot real. This dot real represents the instance variable. So real has the value 5, imaginary also has the value 5. The next line is complex C2. The similar initialization will happen. Real will be assigned with the value 10 and imaginary will have the value 5. So C1 object having different value and C2 object is having some other value. Next line, C1 dot add of C2. If it is empty parenthesis, so we will simply call C1 dot add of. But here we are seeing the concept object as parameter. So I am passing the object as parameter. Since it is object, I am writing the class name here. So void add of complex C2. So this is the return type. Return type is void, and add is my method name, and I am passing object as argument. Okay, I am passing object as argument. So I am calling C1 dot add of. So C1 is having variable as well as the add of method. C2 is also having variable and add of method. The object, this is my class name. So complex is my class name. So complex class having variable as well as methods. I'm calling C1 dot add of. C1 dot add of, but I have passed the value of C2, but I have passed the value of C2 here. So see here, so real represents the normal value, C1 dot add of, which can access the variable directly. So C1 dot add of can access the real value, which is 5, and C2 dot real access the value 10, and img represents 5, C2 dot img represents again 5. So 5 plus 10, 15 is stored in R, and 5 plus 5, 10 is stored in I. So my result should be a complex number. So 15 plus I 10 should be the result. So I am printing R plus I, whatever representing in double quotes will be printed as such, right? So the value 15 printed, and then I plus I will be printed, and the value 10 will be printed. If it is confusing, you change it as J. So 15 plus J 10 will be printed. So this is the addition of complex number we are performing using object as parameter. And yeah, whatever we have seen, what we have seen earlier, all call by value. You know call by value and call by reference in C programming. So the same is mentioned here. So see here, the class test. Class test, we are having a method. Test is my class name, and I have a method which is having two variables I and j. And we are calling main method. First line will be main method, and second we have created an object for the class test OB, and a equal to 15, b equal to 20. So main is a separate method. Main is a method. Whatever we are defining inside the main will be a local variable. So a equal to 15, b equal to 20. System.out.println of, this is the third line, system.out.println a and b before call. A and B will be printed. So the output of the program would be A and B before call. A and B before call, or 15 and 20. So next we are calling OB dot method. OB dot method, and two values 15 and 20 is passed. So function call 15 and 20 will be go here, and the I is having 15, J is having 20. So now I is 15. Again, it is a local variable. I is 15, j is 20. So this is a method. Main is also a method. I is j are local variable for math, and a, b are local variable for main. Now see here, what operation we have done? I equal to I star 2, j equal to j divided by 2, right? So I is 15. So 15 into 2, 20, which is stored in I. J is j equal to 20 divided by 2, so it is 10. Okay, the value 15 and 20 is now changed to 30 and 10. Come back after execution of the method. This is the fourth line, this is the fifth line, this is the sixth line. Check here, system.out.println a and b after call. I am printing a and b. The a and b is not changed. So again a and b after call, the result will be 15 and 20, not 30 and 10. So this is call by value. A and B before call is 15 and 20. A and B after call is also 15 and 20, because this A and B is not changed anywhere. But if you pass it as object, the value will be changed. The same previous example, the value 15 and 20 is not changed. Now it will be changed. How? Let us see this. So in C you would have used a pointer, right? You use a pointer to change the value in main also. But here there is no pointer concept. The same object is used to change the value. See here, the class test is having two variables a and b, and here we have used a constructor, and instead of a b, if a b is used, we use this dot a equal to a, this dot b equal to b. They have used a normal variable instead of the same variable. Let me erase it. Normal constructor initialization, it is a two parameterized constructor, and we have the same method meth, but we have passed as an argument. Okay, so meth, this is not a data type, so this is object as parameter. Okay, we have performed some operation. O dot A, this is the shortcut operator, right? O dot A equal to O dot A into 2. That is the meaning of this. O dot B equal to, O is the object. O dot B equal to O dot B divided by 2. So main line, main execution, first line, second one, 15 and 20, two parameterized constructor. So this 15 and 20 will be passed to I and J. So I 15 is assigned to A, B is 20. Now A is having value 15, B has a value 20. Okay, my object name is OB. Now system.out.println, what we have printed, ob.a and ob.b before call. Whatever given in double quotes will be printed. So ob.a, ob.b before call, so and so is ob.a. What is ob.a? ob.b, which is 15 and 20. Clear. Next, ob.meth of ob. Again I am calling the ob.meth method with the parameter the same object name. So both the values will be gone here. Now see here what we have done. O.a. O.a represents 15. So O.a equal to 15 into 20, which is 30. So what will be changed? O.a will be changed. ob.a, right? So O.b equal to what is given in O.b? O.b is 20, right? So 20 divided by 2, that is 10. So I'm storing it again in object, so it is 10. Now the value inside an object is changed. So after completion of method, it control comes here. The next line will be ob.a and ob.b after the call so and so is again ob.a and ob.b, but the value 15 and 20 is now changed to 30 and 10. In the previous example, we haven't changed the object value, both acting as a separate local variable. If we pass an object, we can change the instance variable also. There is an example for object as parameter.